Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about a really intriguing day-to-day life machine that is the iron and what exactly is the physics behind it. Firstly, let's see how wrinkles occur. Wrinkles are formed at molecular levels of our clothing. Molecules are connected by forces of attraction called hydrogen bonds. The reason why wrinkles occur when laundry is hung out to dry is that these hydrogen bonds are formed again after molecules loosen and are recovered. Now let's see how iron fixes these creases.
Everyone must have noticed how water is sprinkled before ironing. So that is done because when hydrogen bonds come into contact with water, they loosen. Once they slacken, the pressure that we apply through the iron helps to align the molecules. Heat from the iron evaporates the water, which has to be done because the bonds form again when the moisture disappears.
Another question that pops into the mind is how iron does what it does. I hope you're curious to know about it since I'm going to tell you how it works.
This is the composition of an electric iron. Let's move forward and see its mechanism. When a current is passed through the heating element, which is placed between the sole plate and pressure plate, the element gets heated up and transfers its heat to the sole plate through conduction. And in turn, the sole plate also gets heated up. Now to remove the wrinkles in clothing, we should apply heat and pressure. Heat is formed due to the coil, and when we press the clothes with iron, the wrinkles are removed. We have to make sure that we maintain the optimum temperature so that a disaster does not occur.
As we have seen here, the iron gets heated up by extracting current. If this continues without any limit, the iron keeps on getting hotter and hotter, which is not what we want. Now the question arises, how do we prevent this from happening? The answer is thermostat.
As the name implies, a thermostat's basic function is to keep the heat constant in a given setting. It is a thermostat inside the iron that silently tracks the temperature, and with the help of other electronics, it is able to turn power on and off. The thermostat is arguably the most important component in the iron as it helps to regulate the temperature. Bimetallic strip. The thermostat in an iron generally uses a bimetallic strip. It is made up of two different types of metal with dissimilar coefficients of expansion. This means that in the presence of heat, they expand differently. This bimetallic strip is connected to a contact spring through small pins. At moderate temperatures, the contact point remains in physical contact with the bimetallic strip. However, when the temperature of the iron exceeds a certain limit, the strip begins to bend towards the metal with a lower coefficient of expansion. As a result, the strip ceases to be physically connected to the contact point, the circuit opens, and current ceases to flow. Given that the circuit remains open for some time, the temperature of the iron then drops. The strip acquires its original shape, and the current resumes flowing again. So in a way, a bimetallic strip works like a bridge to connect or disconnect the circuit to regulate the heat.
So this is how the ironing machines at our homes work. But this isn't exactly how it all started. So let's now travel back into time.
Glass iron was the earliest iron which was used for pressing clothes. Then came the box mangle. It was a heavy box weighted with stone, with linen wound on cylinders underneath or spread under the rollers. The flat iron, as it was called, was simply a smooth piece of metal affixed to a handle. The iron would be heated over flames until sufficiently hot and then would be used for ironing. Box iron or charcoal iron was an improved version of flat iron wherein the heating was done by glowing coals which were placed inside the ironing box. Electric iron, which we have already talked about. The most recent generation of irons are the steam irons, which contain an additional water tank compared to the electric irons. When you add water in the tank, it will fall on the coil and steam is produced, which then exits from the iron's steam vents. There is a feature of steam mist that is used to moisten clothes for deep ironing. Hence, you do not need to spray water separately because your steam iron does it by itself.
I hope you found this video interesting. Thank you.